Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Um, Last we left off, we finished off the ancient ruins of Raw. I was to say Raw. Um, the western section, to be precise. Yep. Actually, yeah, we started at this grace, crossed the bridge, took care of the furnace golem. Then we kind of checked around the area. Not much, but there was a spirit spring here, but we couldn't do anything about it. So we went through here, grabbed the grace, then we made our way. I want to say it was this way? Yeah, and then it was this way into the ruins itself. Um, Bunch of shadow people. There was a cursed blade waiting for us, who didn't give us much trouble because I figured out you can parry them. Although the parry timing is kind of awkward. Kind of. You gotta parry like just before they start swinging, which is, I don't know. It just seems a little weird, but it can be done. So took care of him, went outside, took care of two divine warriors, or horned warriors. They were just regular horned warriors. One with two twin swords, the other one with the giant sword. Picked up a revered spirit ash. And then we went down to an area where there's a bunch of blood fiends. Picked up another spirit ash, as well as the aspect of the crucible bloom incantation, which I won't be using. Then we went back, took care of the lower rot area of it with a bunch of kindred or rots. Got a little dicey at one point when there was like patrolling two and kind of two standing guard, so it's got a little tricky, but we pulled it off. Picked up the recipe for the rot pot, or the hefty rot pot. Crossed the individual bridge to get these solar lights. Trying to think what else. I think we went back. Trying to remember my order of things. I guess, yeah. Did we? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, after we did that lower section, we went back into the ruins, went up a level, took on a divine bird warrior. Again, not too hard because he has twin swords and they share the same moveset with the horned warrior, so not that hard. Found the spirit spring seal. Used it to get to that little center section here, actually, this little thing right here. Yeah, there was the chest with the molted necklace +2. So, yeah, you need a spirit spring to get to that. Otherwise, there's no other way to get to it. But hopped back over, took the secret-ish path, I think, whatever you want to call it. It would be up here. This little section, you kind of barely see it on the map. These little beam things here. Yeah, took us this way. Found a talisman of all crucibles, which is all the crucible talisman effects rolled into one. Again, I probably won't be using it just because of the damage negation penalty. I just don't care for anything that would hamper my defense I don't like. So I tend not to use it. But took an elevator up to that little side section here, this little thing right here. Yep. There's a golem archer here. Don't think there's anything else really of note on this little pathway, but golem archer, bunch of shadow people, and over here, I'll just mark it, was a divine beast dancing lion. Yep, the second one in the DLC. But he's different in that instead of a lightning phase, I'm pretty sure it's just a death blight phase. Yes, I did try to cheese him, didn't work out. Got death blighted because I wasn't paying attention. So we kind of hopped down, beat his face in with Ornus, and he gave us the Divine Beast Tornado incantation, which I don't plan on using because I don't really care for it. But went back into the ruins, did a second level of the rot area, cleared out some pests, and took on the Hornsent Invader. Yep. Yeah, he invades in that little section right before Romina. I can't really see it on the map. It's like right in here. Like right there. Yeah, he invades right at the staircase leading up. So and he only invades there if you summon him for Mesmer. So if you didn't summon him for Mesmer, he probably won't be there. He'll either be dead because you helped Letta, or he'll be in the Letta fight. So yeah, but for us, he invaded us, took care of him pretty easily, picked up the Pest Thread Spears. Oh yeah. And then we made our way up and fought Romina, Saint of the Bud. Although I put the term fight loosely because I kind of just messed around with her. Yeah, I basically just parried her and used Burno Flame to burn her up. I mean, she has, I think, a minus 20% negation to fire. So might as well just go with pure fire, and Burno Flame is perfect. Especially if we parry her, it gives enough time to cast it and hit her a few times with the burst. So yeah, I think it only took us like 2 full casts to do like, I want to say like 80% of her health, and 1 uncharged cast did like did the rest. It was nuts how much damage we did. Yeah. So we got her remembrance out of it, went up to the ceiling tree and burned it, and then we unlisted the shadow on the tower, which teleported us to Inner Ilim, and that was as far as we got. A lot of things in that episode went on far longer than I wanted, but I didn't feel like breaking up the place, because I probably could have chopped it up in 2, but no, I didn't feel like doing that. So, yep, and that was it. Between episodes, I did duplicate Romina's remembrance, so I could get her pole plate of the bud, which is what we're using, as well as rotten butterflies, because I want to give it a try. I mean, I don't expect it to do very well, because I don't remember it doing very well, but I want to see what happens. So I think the main issue with it was that you kind of freeze in place for a couple seconds as you float up, but you're still vulnerable, and you don't get any hyper armor to it, extra poise. So it's easy to be knocked out of it, but I don't know. I want to give it a try. I just want to see how bad it is, if I remember it right. And I think that was it. I don't remember doing anything else. Yeah, I think that was it. I think I just duplicated remembrance, traded the items to get traded in for the items, and I think that was it. Actually, I think I also leveled up. Hold on. Yeah, I put 1 point into mind because I think I had like almost 1 million runes, so I put a point into mind. So we have 39 mind. I'm getting up there. Yeah, and that was it. That's all I remember doing. And for today, we will be doing Inner Ilim. I will be doing all of it. If this goes on longer than usual, then so be it. I just want to get the whole thing done with. To be honest, it's not a lot, but it is the hardest legacy dungeon in Elden Ring. All because of 4 enemies. 4. Yeah, the divine beast warriors, as I like to call them. Yeah. God, those guys suck. Yep. And you have to run past at least 3 of them in order to get through it, so. But hopefully they shouldn't be too bad, but I do expect to die to at least the frost one for sure, because you fight him on a rooftop, and that's never good. Yeah, I will do Inner Ilim. But before we do that, since we lifted the shadow, we can now grab the last of the painting, which I believe is up here. Let's see if I can find it. I think it is this painting right here. Sacred Tower. Yeah, you can only get this reward once you lifted the seal. Once you burn the ceiling tree and lifted the shadow on the tower. That's it. Until then, you can't get it. But since we lifted the shadow on the tower, we can now get it. And I believe it's up here by the northern mausoleum. So after we get the reward, I'm going to take a quick stop at the Hornsent Grandma. I think she might have new dialogue. I'm not quite sure yet. Yep, and then after that, we will go back to Inner Ilim and climb the tower. That's going to be fun. Yeah, because there's... Our first enemy is going to be a divine bird warrior. Not too bad. A bunch of inquisitors, some manflies. And then we'll run into the divine beast warrior, the first one. Yep, Mr. Lightning Face. And then after that is the Stair of Doom, which shouldn't be too hard because I do have a plan for that, and it should pan out really well. And then after that, we'll backtrack down to the secret area. Once we do that area, back to the Grace past the Stair of Doom to climb the rest of the tower. Should be some grave birds, another divine beast warrior. This one's the frost guy on the roof. And at that point, there is a slight side path that has a curse blade. That shouldn't be too bad, but it is in a confined space, if I remember right. And those things in confined spaces suck. So, he'll probably kill us, so we'll see. Yeah. And after that, it will be climbing some more. Should be some more Inquisitors here and there. But then after that is the last of the Divine Beast Warrior, Mr. Storm. And he's the one who will drop the what's it called? The horned greatsword, that giant curved greatsword that you couldn't get from any of the other horned warriors. He's the one who drops it. So, and then after him is the Leda fight, or the Leda brawl, or melee, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a fight; it's a brawl. But yeah, that one's gonna be interesting because, yeah. Yep, and after that, it will probably be the end of the episode because I want to save Mr. Radon for the last. Yep. So it'll be the tower up to the Leda. Well, I'll just continue to call it the Leda fight because I think that's what everyone else calls it. But yep. Oh boy. Yep. And our equipment for today. Start off with the pole blade of the bud, plus 10. I did plus 10 it because it is a really good weapon. I do like it a lot. It is mainly arcane, dexterity, so that's kind of why I've been putting points into arcane, mainly for this weapon. But again, the soft cap for it's going to be like 45, 60-ish, I think. So we have a way to go before we top it off. But it does do Scarlet Rot. Although it's the weaker version, but it's still Scarlet Rot. You can't go wrong with it. Stereo Cord plus 25, just for the Horned Warriors and the Beast Warriors, because they are susceptible to the holy damage, and that's to get rid of them through a parry or a post. Seal, Shield, probably change this out for something else. I don't know. We'll see. Yep. Going back with my Moonitis get-up. Yep. Festive Hood, Rolana's armor, and Blide's gauntlets and greaves. I think it goes really well together. Bull Goat Talisman for at least 51 effective poise. Two-handed sword talisman because we will be two-handing the pole blade. I think it's better to two-hand it. Dagger talismans for when I need to kill the horned warriors. Blessed Dew because it's awesome. We'll keep that on, but my flask has green burst and hard tier, the standard. I got fire coils, boil crab, Ornus, though I don't think we can summon him anywhere except for the Leda fight. Here are the stats. Again, I put one more point into mine, so we're almost at the 40. So the soft cap for mine, I think, is 60, 65, I think. I'll double check. But spells going to be multi-ray Rings of Light, Pest Thread Spears, Mesmer's Orb, Vine Butterflies, so I probably won't be using it very much because it may suck like I remember it. Vow and Heal. And I do have Rykard's Great Rune, at least for now. I will change that out at the end, because once we get to the Leda fight, the Rykard's Great Rune is like useless at that point. So we'll change it out for probably Radon's, maybe. So, alright. Again, these talismans are temporary. I might change them out depending on our situation. But, alright. Shall we get the show on the road? Because I ramble on long enough. All right. So I think it's over here, so I'm gonna head down that way. I don't quite remember where it's at. I do know it's up here. Yeah, there was a certain rock formation that kind of stood out. I think it's down here. Yep, there he is. Can't quite see the glow because it's raining, storming, but he drops, or gives us, a spiral tree seal. Yep, seal of the Hornsent, probably. Yep. Secret seal of soiled amber engraved with a spiral tree designed. The majesty of the White Tower stretching to reach the gods, even inspired a secret faith in the invaders, the people of the Earth Tree. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the only incantation it enhances is the Spira. I think it's only Spira. I don't even know if I have it. I mean, I should. Ooh, I don't. Interesting. All right. We might get it in the tower, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Wasn't that far off. Right there. All right. Since we got that, let's go back to the Grand Dam. Maybe she has something new. Maybe. But we'll see. Hey, Grandma, you got anything new for us?
Heaven's great and gallant sculpted keeper, I know it in my bones. Thy deed is done. A worthy deed, no doubt, to bring our foes what surely was deserved recompense. Oh, heaven hath borne witness to our plight. Thy gleaming wrath and unparalleled dance. Though a trifle it might seem to thee, I have prepared a dish in celebration. 'Twould please me much if thou might partake. Partake, until thou art sated.
Gourmet scorpion stew. Yeah, I think it's just a better version of the scorpion stew. And I'm pretty sure you only get one per playthrough, so hold on to it. Use it while you can, or when you can.
O sculpted keeper, I offer my thanks. Thou danced with passing wrath and beauty, such that rightfully avenged we would be. I have never known such joy as this.
Woohoo!
Sculpted keeper, O great and gallant sculpted keeper, wert thou by this old maid unduly pushed into facing such labors as thou didst? Has our grave resentment fettered thee? With such bounteous fury didst thou dance. I cannot presume thou didst not suffer. Please, I ask thee, allow thyself some rest. None of the tower would dare interfere, and if one should, I'll see to them myself.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they're still hostile if you put on the what you call it. Now I don't remember what it's called. The mask. Yeah, Divine Beast Head. I'm pretty sure they're still hostile even if you wear that. So, oh well.
Apologies, O noble visitor, but wouldst thou permit me a little rest? Mine eyes are oft apt to glaze over. The years taking their toll, 'tis plain to see. Even telling dream from reality is a task increasingly beyond me.
Well, the fact that your eyes are kind of, buried underneath all the horns, okay, sure.
Apologies, O noble visitor, but wouldst thou permit me a little rest?
All right, I think that's all she has.
But
Yeah. Let's do a quick quit and reload, see if she changes her state. All right. Well, she's resting, but there's something here. Let's talk first. Oh, snoozing. All right, what'd you drop? Another gourmet scorpion stew. Okay. So we have 2 in our inventory, and we're supposed to have 1. Unless these are different. Oh, yes. They are technically different. This one has a different text, so that's how we're able to have them. Partake until thy art sated. Yep. All right, so she's snoozing, so I think we're done with her for now. We'll check in on her later. All right. Now to the fun part. To Inner Ilim. Yeah. Where it's always sunny in Inner Ilim. All right. Our first enemy should be a divine bird warrior. I think it should be. Let's go upstairs a little bit. He should be up there. Yep, there he is. He should be the only one. Yeah. Come on, do your jump. Thank you. Somber 8s. Sure, why not? Yeah, I think we're at the point where I think the Divine Beast Warriors, little pain in the butts. I'm pretty sure they have enough health to survive a parry riposte. So it's not, we're not being able to one-shot them. I don't think so, which is going to be the problem. Yeah, not looking forward to it. Nope. All right. Come up to another grace. Cool. Tag grace. Oh, this is actually the, quote, main entrance to the tower. So if we take this elevator down, it should lead us to the... Oop, Mesmer Grease. This should lead us back down to the... eventually lead us to the Divine Beast Arena and Tower Bellarat. Yeah. Yep, Tower Bellarat. There's the spirit, eventually lead over there to where there was a revered spirit ash, and then down to the Divine Beast Arena right down there. So you don't even have to kill the Divine Beast to get up here. You don't even have to, which is, wow. Yep. Blackened by, I'm guessing, the fire of the ceiling tree, maybe. Who knows. But That's where this leads. So. So I'll take a quick look at the statue. 2 figures entwined by horns. Yep. Alright. I think that's the way forward. But let me just check what's up here. I don't think there's anything up here. Oh, there's a doorway. It leads to nowhere. It's number 5. Is that? Hold on. I think that's Mr. Curseblade. Hey, it's Mr. Curseblade. You can actually see him from over here. Alright. Cool. Yeah, because that's that little side area past the Frost Beast Warrior. Yeah, I think you fight him, I want to say over there-ish. Somewhere over there. Yeah. Okay. Huh, I did not realize you could actually see him from here. Yeah. You can also see the little, the start of the, quote, secret path down, back to Ballarat, right over there. Yeah, and that's the Staircase of Doom. But, can you actually see the Beast Warrior? It doesn't look like it. No. Yeah, he's rendered in, but the other guy isn't for some reason. Maybe to keep the reveal suspenseful, I guess. Yeah, whatever. But, alright. Well, actually, since we can see him, can we like, take a pot shot at him? Oh, I want to try something. It probably won't amount to anything, but I just want to give it a try. Or he's probably way too far away. No, he's way too far away. Never mind. He's like, you could probably take out a bow, shoot at him, but I think he's too far to be of any usefulness. Alright. So we came that way, we go that way. 2 and 1. Okay. Nope, not yet. We do need 3 Shadow Tree fragments to, well, 1 more Shadow Tree fragment to upgrade to 19, and 4 more Spirit Ash to upgrade to the max. So we have a little ways to go, and it should, if I remember, if I did my numbers right, it should all be in here. Yep. The last of the Shadow Tree fragments, the last of the Spirit Ashes are in here. At least they should be. Broken rune. We'll take it. Hey. Not cool, buddy. Not cool. I don't know if those are people being absorbed into the tree. Okay. There's a whole bunch of them on there. Kind of reminds me of the Erd Tree burial, where, like in some of the catacombs, you see the roots of the Erd Tree, and people are kind of like getting sucked into it like this. I said they were skeletons, not, wooden figures. So I don't know if those are carvings or if it's actual people. No thanks. Yes, I know you're pretty susceptible to holy. You just gonna do that? Yeah. Guarantees to drop the Spirit Ash. I think he respawns, but he doesn't drop it again. So. This should be a perfect test. Alright, butterflies, how bad are you? Okay, pretty bad. I mean, they're rotted, so it's pretty good doing that. Come here, you. I know I could target you. Yeah. Budding horn? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I mean, it rots pretty well, but it's not very strong. I'd rather keep Scarlet Aeonia, to be honest. Faster cast, has a good knockback with the initial blast. So, yeah. Alright. Lightning Proof Liver. Actually, it's a pretty good choice. Good idea. Again, the first Beast Warrior likes his lightning. Alright, so come down. Rather go down first, because it's a dead end, kind of. Yeah. No one shot, huh? That works. Sure. Mushrooms. I thought that would do more damage, but whatever. Fly mold, beast bones, sure. Let's think of an item up here. Red flesh mushroom, okay. Ow. Yeah. Stupid jump scare or yeah, whatever. Rather call them auto attacks. Alright. Mesmer's Orb I know does pretty well. Damn. Love it. Another Spirit Ash. I think we only need 2 more to upgrade that blessing. Yeah. Get a better look at the tree. Yeah, I think those are actual people getting absorbed in there. Yeah, no thanks. I think that's all that's down here. Don't remember there being any illusory walls in Inner Ilim. I don't think there's any. At least I don't remember any. Alright. Up we go. Thank you. There he is. Yep. He is probably going to give us the most trouble right now, anyway. Well. Alright, so... we could use our flask, because there is a grace right after the stairs. Yeah, sure, why not? I think he'll turn around by himself. But we should be able to get a good cast. Oh yeah. What? I don't think you can parry that. How did I miss that stupid opening slash? That's stupid. Anyway. Or was I too slow or too fast? He goes too soon. I don't know. Anyway. Yay! He was a little bit of trouble. Not too bad. It's the Frost one I'm worried about because he's on a rooftop, so there's no really anywhere to run. I think there's an item on these branches up over there. All right. Don't mind me. Oh, there it is. Spira. Okay. For a moment there, I thought I missed it, but nope, it's right here. Spira. I think it's the incantation of the tower. Superior sorcery of the tower priest, wielded as an incantation of the spiral. Yep. Spira's normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the gods. Yep. Alright. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay. Hop back. There's an item right here. You are? For calling finger, okay. Oop. Alright. Now comes dealing with the tower. That should probably work. Well, yeah, it should be good enough. Alright. Best way I know how to deal with this little thing. Assassin Gambit. Just Assassin's Gambit. We're gonna... should be able to hit it with a... yeah, 'cause that little guy right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, he's... There's two of them, and they have pretty good aggro range, and they just spam Spyro all over the stairs. It's... annoying. But with Assassin's Gambit, we should at least get close enough to the first one without triggering the second one. So let's hope it works. Alright. Do it right here. Do I have enough range? I don't think so. No, we have to... I think we have to just book it. That's why, because they... I thought we could have enough clearance to at least chuck a ring of light at him, but nope, we didn't have it. Let's just run past this guy. Open the door. Go. Ta-da! Stairs gotten through. That grace. Really, that was enough. There. Alright. This is... Scatter tree fragment. Nice. And this should be the last cross. Yep. Touch cross. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here all of my fears. His fears, his doubt, his vacillation. Alright. Summoning pool. We'll head up, deal with the other tower priest guy. Well, we'll rest first, upgrade our blessing level, because we'll take anything to make this area a bit easier. Alright. Shadow Blessing, 19. And we need 3 more for 20. Oh. Alright. So we'll head up first, deal with the shaman guy up here. Alright, Mr. Shaman. Alright. We'll go back. Back this way. This should be safe. Now we can actually grab the items. Golden bolts, sure, why not? Our arrows, okay. Oh, I forgot the item down here. The Mr. Beast Warrior. You don't see me, you don't see me. There we go. Yeah, he's programmed to turn around after you get close in a certain distance. Dragon Bolt Grease, okay. Alright. And those divine beast warriors, they can drop their armor and their helmets. So if you want to dress up like them, it's possible. Hey, what's that? Did I miss us? Hold on, I think I might have missed something over there. Drawstring, gold drawstring, sure. I think I missed something. I have to go back. Alright. Shit. Can't parry that. Come down here. Almost. There we go. I didn't want to fight you again, but I guess we had to, because I think I forgot something. I mean, we should be able to jump down. Yeah, there's item over there. Let's just jump down. Yep, I forgot it. Yep. When we first crossed over, we could have gotten to it. Hey, rune arc. Nice. Okay. I wonder, can we do this up here? Kind of. I mean, it worked, so I'm not going to complain. All right. I guess we'll just clear these guys out again. Don't belly bump me. Well, that confirms he does respawn, so. I think he has enough range. Oh, just short. Alright, let's just run back so I can get to the little secret drop down. Doop-de-doo. Alright. Yeah. So where the first shaman is, there's a set of stairs. I think it's over here. Yep, right here. We saw it from over there, so. Go down, down. I think there's manflies in here. Or not. Inquisitor ashes, okay. Probably won't be using them, but okay. I have a little. It's like just run off. Fireproof liver, okay. I'll take it. You can actually, yeah, that's how you know you can actually come down this way, just because there's items over there on those little edges. So that's kind of how you. That's how FromSoft tells you ways to go. Look for lights. Look for items. It's usually how they direct people. I don't think there's anything on this little beam. Yeah, nothing up here. Alright, now comes a fun part. Alright. Nothing over here. Cool. Holy proof. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Just drop down. Jump. To smithing 8s, okay. Maybe we can just buy those anytime we want, but might as well just give us for free. Sure, why not? Alright. Yep, you can see an item over there, some more ledges, so you can like, oh. I just want us to go this way. Let's go up. Yep, there's an item up here. Lord Sworn Bolts, okay. Odd, but okay. I mean, the odd thing is the architecture, but we're not going to talk about that. All right. Nice. Somber 5, okay. Yep, just follow the items. Fireproof. Can't really see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a spider scorpion down here somewhere. I can't quite remember where it spawns. Yeah. We'll do it down here. Yep. This requires a sprinting jump, so let's try to angle ourselves. There we go. Yes, just keep pushing forward on your D-pad. If you line it up right, just hold forward and you shouldn't land on the edge. And now we just hop down. Now we're in Bellarat Tower Settlement. Alright, so I know there's a scorpion in here somewhere. I don't know if it comes up from that stairs or from the other stairs, but... Yeah, might as well. We have plenty. Alright. Where are you? Not over there. You come from there? Trigger point, trigger point. Oh, hello. Okay, you were above us. I scooched forward in order to trigger him so he'd come up the stairs, but nope. He was right there. Lovely. I think the first time I came down here, I just kind of ran this way. Because there's an item here, so you turn around, so I thought he'd come from up there. But nope. He was right there. Sneaky, sneaky. Scatter tree fragments. Cool. What's this way? A lift that goes up. Let's do this first. Actually, now I remember there is another divine beast warrior down here. I just remembered him. I think I know where he is. I think he's on the bottom of this elevator too. Yep. I guess these are death. Yeah, I think those are death. So yeah, let's avoid death. Is there anything behind it? Probably not. This would be a perfect place for just like a little a rune of some sort, a shard of some sort, something. Alright. Yeah, I think he's actually right over there. You know what? We can drink. I think he's right over here. Oh no. No? I thought he was right here. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Wait. I know he's nearby. I do know that. Oh, there he is. Come here, you bastard. I don't think you can block that. Something I can parry, you bastard. Okay, yeah, hey, I remembered him. Ooh, you guys' armor. Nice. Lucky us. All we need is his helmet. Hold on. You can, I can mix something with it. I don't know. Probably won't be using it this playthrough, but it's there if you want it. Alright, so all we need is his little helmet, so we're good. Alright. Keep going down, down, down. Okay. So where are we? Oh. We're right by the poison swamp. Yeah, because I think the exit to this area is right over there. fact, we actually could see the tail of this item earlier. I think from up there we could see it. Here's the item that the tail we saw earlier, or at least earlier in the playthrough. Euphoria. Twin blades symbolizing abundance. Yep. Though the blades fashioned from golden shoots are largely wilted and darkened, their luster can be restored by dealing damage to foes. However, damage dealt to those who live in death will have no such effect. Yep. That's actually a really fun twin blade. It actually is pretty good for us. I'm pretty sure it's mainly faith, then dex, and strength. But yeah, we should get a lot of use out of it. There's 2 stages in the where it says it can restore luster by dealing damage. There's 2 stages to it. I think both of them add holy damage to your attacks, but the 2 stages matter in your weapon skill. Yeah, using the power of the vortex to violently twirl the armament, dealing multiple slashes directly ahead. The greater the restored luster of the blades, the greater the power of the skill. However, use of the skill will fully consume the blade's luster. Yep. Yeah. It's basically like a little holy comet azure, basically. That's basically what it is. It can do a ton of damage. If you can fully restore the luster, if you can get the full cast off without being interrupted, you can destroy things with it. It's really cool. Again, I probably won't be using this playthrough, but it's really good. Yeah, adorned with a lion's pelt. Lion pelt. Among the divine beast warriors, only those who truly excel at divine invocation become sculpted keepers and are granted the honor of the lion dance. Yeah. Cool. Often perplexed by the mind uninitiated, and so seniority was viewed as an asset. Alright. I don't know. Nah. Yeah, we probably won't be using this playthrough. I mean, it's fun to use, but I don't know. You get it so late in the playthrough, it's like, really? Oh well. Well, New Game Plus is still, yeah. Anyway, yep, now we gotta backtrack. Because there was another side path that I didn't go down. We gotta check what that is. So, I'll probably either skip to it or fast forward, so see you later. Alright, here's the side path. I think it just might take us back up. So let's just see where it goes. Yeah, because there's the arena for the divine dance. There's the divine beast dancing lion. There's its arena. And the doorway leads us to the, quote, main entrance to Enir Ilim. In fact, this little elevator over here is like in the same little spiral tower that you use to climb up to the fight. Yep. But, you know, where the staircase breaks, it's just above that, or below that. Where does this go? Back to Enir Ilim, of course. No item? No item. Okay, I know where we are. This is just before the Beast Warrior. Yep. Okay. So that's where that goes. All right. We actually don't need it. We just fast travel back. All right. So that was the secret side area, huh? And now we just have the main path forward, all the way up. Actually, if I remember right, there's going to be death birds. And death birds are weak to... Well, apparently death birds are those that live in death, so... For whatever reason, they're those that live in death. Let's see, what do I want? I don't know. Yeah, we'll just put the Wood Lords. No, actually, no. I'm going to Companion Jar because we want Holy Pots. Chucking Holy Pots at them death birds. Yeah, the staircase is broken, so we have to hop outside. Just take care of you so you don't get in our way. All right. The way forward. All right, there you are. Yeah, they like to use that little ring of light. Come on. Yes. Yep. Those that live in death. Can I hit you from here? Oh, almost. I could actually do it. Nope, just a little bit more. Perfect. Because there's another one right over here. Just see his wingtip. Nope. I was wondering if we can arc it, but we probably can't. He will eventually activate once we get too close. Right about here. Can I hit you now? Aw. Alright, fine. Oh, what? You don't... Unless you activate with him, maybe. What was that throw all about? Oh my god. Wow. Free aim, it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. Alright. Nothing up here, cool. I think there's one more death bird. I think there's only one. Somber. Smithing 8s. Sands climbing down. Oh, there he is. Go. Yeah. One for you too. I knew it wasn't going to do a lot of damage. Alright, I think that's all the death birds. So we can swap this back. Actually, put this back as well. What was it? Two-handed. Oh, those probably stamina talisman's probably a better choice, but... Spirit Ash. Ooh, that's the last one. I think that's enough to upgrade the blessing to level 10. Actually, we are going to put the unmolted. Probably the stalwart. Yeah. Only because Mr. Frostbeast is the worst. Yeah, just before a combo, he likes to imbibe himself in frost. So, yeah, he's the worst. There are Inquisitors, yes. Just the one? I think it's just the one. Alright. And without the two-hand talisman, it's a 3-hit kill, not 2. You could jump down, but... nah. I want to see if I can get him to throw himself off the ledge. It is possible to get him to throw himself off the ledge, but it is kind of tricky. Positioning has to be just about right. He's gonna come up from over there. Yeah, there he is. Nope, 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 nope. Gotta get him closer to the edge. Nope, I think we missed it. Unless they might have fixed it, but who knows. Hey, buddy. Come on. Oh. Okay. Whew. Thank you. You actually cooperated this time. Yeah, usually when he does his like little wombo combo thing, he imbues himself with a frost aura that constantly does frost buildup. Yeah. So even if you do block his attacks, you're gonna get frost built up. So it's like, yeah. All right. So he cooperated this time. So. Shadow fragment. Again, there is kind of a way to kind of cheese him off the ledge. I'm not sure how to do it, but I've seen it done. Like when he approaches this ledge, I think, I'm not quite sure what he does, but I think he tries to do this like stomp attack, but it kind of throws him off the ledge on accident. All right, do we want to do that now, or do we want to do it later? Trying to think real quick. Because if we do it later, we have a closer grace, and I'm pretty sure that's where the curse blade's at, is down there. Curse blades suck so much. Fine, we'll do it now, I guess. This leads us back to where we came. Is it that way or is it that way? Okay, so it's that way. All right. Hop across, grab the item. There should be a cursed blade coming up. I think it's in this room, actually. Maybe. Is it this room or is it the next one? It's the next one. Was it over here? Oh, here's the one. Warrior Ash. Neutralizing, staunching. Yeah, Horned Warrior Ash. It's like the Ornus, but he has a great sword instead of dual blades. They're both really good, but I think Ornus is better just because he has his little bird feather shot thing he does. Yeah. He's a bit more mobile, I think. Your Horned Warrior Ash, he's more tanky, more up in your face, brawling. So. Goaltender. Was this not the drop down for the Curse Blade? Okay, he might be further on. Never mind. I thought that was the drop down for the Curse Blade. No. So I know there's a Curse Blade up here. We saw him. At least I thought I knew where it was, but I guess not. I think he's further on. Alright. This should be this way. It should be forward. Yep. Sunwarp Stone. We'll take it. Not, well, the Warming Stones are probably better. I don't know. It's checking the little parameter files. Warming Stone's a little bit better, I think. Okay, so I think that's the Curse Blade over there. Okay, I think that's where he is. Excuse me, sir. That's my elevator. No one uses my elevator except for me. If you're gonna walk off, walk off. Ah, he doesn't walk off. Right, so yeah, the Curse Blade's over there. Yeah, you know what? We're actually gonna move forward, take on the Horned Warrior, because there is a Grace just past him. So we'll take on the Warrior, double back for the Curse Blade, because I'd rather not go through all that, only to die to the Curse Blade, and have to do it all over again. Nope. Alright. Alright, so we'll take on this Warrior, grab the Grace, double back. I didn't do a Leta fight. Oh boy. Yep, there he is. Wait for him to get a little bit closer. Yeah, he'll immediately notice us. Oh, we can summon Ornus. I don't think we need to, but we could. Got it. Oh, ah. Even with all that, he's almost dead. There we go. And he's the one that gives us the Horned Warrior's Greatsword. He's the only way to get it. You only get one. Though it is a really powerful... It's a curved greatsword, but it's really powerful. The ornamental tangled horns allow the blade to serve as a medium for horn calling. Horn calling storm. It is basically a more powerful... what's the ash? I think it's a storm calling ash. I think that's what it's called. I think what it is. This one, yeah. Stormcaller, yeah. This is basically the weapon skill. Yeah. Yeah, on a great curved great curved sword. Yeah, it's really powerful, and it's a bigger zone too, because it manifests, you know, ethereal horns. So it's, yeah. It is pretty nuts. It is useful for the Leta fight if you want to use it. The Stormcaller ability on it is a pretty good range. Does pretty good stance damage, or poise damage anyway. So it's probably okay for the fight. Alright. So here's the Grace. Yeah, and Letta's up there, but we're going to double back. Shadow Tree Fragments. That should be number 3. Yep, that's all of them. Yeah. No rest. We don't want to fight the warrior again. So we're just gonna double back to the elevator. There's actually a drop down for an item, a helmet, I think. So we'll do that drop down, take on the Cursed Blade, find out whatever he's guarding, and then we'll come back to the Letta fight. Alright, well... No, take the stairs. So we need the stairs to get to the item. Hopefully we don't miss it and fall to our deaths. That would be... not good. Oh, there's an item right here. Somber 6. But what we want is over there, so... Gravebird helmets. Yep. Stone helm with a tinge of green. One of the set armor pieces cast in the image of the Gravebird. Empowers spells with summons rings of spectral light. It's the rings of spectral light spell. It's the only thing that enhances, which is kind of weird. But Gravebirds are ancient golems created to guard the spirit graves built where all manner of death ultimately drifts or drift. Yep. All right. I just got to be careful dropping down so we don't fall into the hole. We'll actually call the elevator. Alright, Mr. Curse Blade, confined space, not the best. We could try and parry, but I'll probably miss like all of them, so... Actually put on our Dragon Crest. Alright. I think I hear him. There he is. Come on, stop posing. That move can be parried, but I'm just not good at the timing. Stab, don't mind if I do. Again, that's a delayed. Where's my backstab? Yeah. We'll take it. This guy could find space. I don't care, just swing our sword. Swing the sword. Yeah. Curse Blade, confined space, not fun. I just got to the point where just swing. Alright. But we don't have to do it again, so that's good. He was guarding Ancient Smithing Stone. Nice. Somber Ancient Stone. Even better. So it's probably best just to run past them, grab the stone, and, grace out. Yeah. quit out, or no, yeah, you can't really quit out because he starts over here, so you can't quite quit out because he'll immediately spot you again. I was like, all right. I think that's everything in this little detour. All right. Fast travel back. I think it's over here. First rise? No. Is it first rise? No, it can't be first rise. It's the spiral rise. This way, this way. Is it really here? Is it this? I hope I'm going to the right place. Fuck no. Did I not get it? I thought I tagged the grace. Oh. Whew. Okay. I was like, where is it? I was like, oh, it's right here. All right. Scared me there for a second. All right, we're actually going to prepare for the Letta fights. Do I want that? Yeah, we'll keep that on. Yep, the Letta fight is an NPC fight, and we are going to use our NPC Be Gone get up. Hopefully Be Gone our NPCs. Excuse me. Fire coil? Yeah, fire coil. We want exalted flesh. Alright. Rest. Spear dash plus 10. Shadow Tree Fragment plus 20. We are now max blessing. Alright, spells. Something that's not easily dodged. Yes, Fire Serpent's good. I don't know. Could try Grail's Roar, but probably won't have time. Probably just stick with the Serpent, Fire Serpent. Yeah, just stick with the Fire Serpent. Put heal from afar. Alright. Should I keep my flask? Yeah, I'll keep the flasks. Level up, level up. 40 mine, nice. I love me even numbers, even-ish numbers. I don't see you there, intelligence. All right, now you get to change out a Great Rune for the first time in forever. Going with Radon. Yeah, Morgott's pretty good. Well, Morgott is good, but I think Radon's better for us because we have pretty high mine, pretty high endurance, so we get pretty good return on those. Yeah, this one is useless to us now, or we already hit most of the soft cap, so it's like, eh. This is only good for exploration. We're done with exploration. Increases health, or HP, FP, and stamina by 15% apiece. Increases health by 25%. This reduces your health by 10, but it gives your summons, your spirit summons it gives them a Lord of Exaltation effect if they ever trigger bleed, or if bleed is ever triggered. But I also think it gives you health on kill. I think if they kill something, you get health. I think that's how it works. This is kind of like the regain system from Bloodborne. You take damage, you have a certain amount of time to hit enemies to get it back. So it has uses. I probably won't ever use it, but there are uses for it. These four are probably going to be your main ones. This one in the beginning, this one near the end, this one at any time, and this one's if you want to health on kill. So yeah, Radon. I think we're good. Anything else? Nope. All right. New room, which means we need to activate it again. Yeah. Look at that health. 2100 health, 270 FP, almost 150 stamina. Alright. I like it.
I thought I'd see you here. It's been quite some time. It was never kindly Miquella, was it? The Erdtree was leading you all along, so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords. Such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Miquella the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Now we're ready for the Leda fight. We have to do it in order to advance forward, because there is a little fog gate blocking the door. What does she mean by His Eminence or the Erdtree? Like, who is His Eminence? Talking like Radagon? Morgoth? Something? Who knows? That's interesting, because it's not, if it was Marika, it would be her eminence, not His Eminence. It might have been Radagon, but I don't know. Doesn't seem right. Eminence is usually held for a religious title. Like, priests, bishops, popes, those kind of things. I wonder who she was talking about. But anyway. Yep, let a fight. If I did everything the way I thought, if everything turns out the way I thought, or I think, it'll be a 4v3. Yep. We'll be fighting Redmane Freya, Moor, Dryleaf Dane, and Needle Knight Lita. Yep. And our allies would be Sir Ansbach and Thulier. Yep. You will always fight Dryleaf Dane and Needle Knight Lita, no matter what. If we didn't help Freya uncover what she was looking for in the storehouse, she wouldn't be here. But we did help her, so she's here. If we told Moore to be sad forever, he wouldn't be here. But we told him to put it past him, so he's here. We did help Thulier and Ansbach through the end, so they're here with us. And we killed Hornsent in front of Romina, so he's not here. So I think you can still summon Spirit Ashes once you transition, but I won't be doing that. I don't plan on doing that. Yeah. So, the main thing would be. Oh no! I just remembered it's an invasion, so our Great Ring will be deactivated. So it's not going to help us in the fight. Damn it! Boo. Anyway, at least I think it's deactivated. I'm probably thinking wrong, but anyway, yeah. So our main strategy, Waterfowl Dance. It should do enough damage to either kill him outright or get him close to death. So we have to do it quickly. The first enemy will be Freya, and then Moor. And Moor will spawn in once we do enough damage to Freya, or after a certain amount of time has passed. And then once Moor spawns in, and then I think Ansbach spawns in on our side. And again, once there's enough damage done to Moor, or enough time has passed, Dryleaf Dane will spawn in, and then Thulier, and then Lita. So yeah, we need to take care of Redmane Freya as quickly as we can. Otherwise, it's going to get really hectic really fast. Because once Moor spawns in, he'll immediately target us. Once Dryleaf Dane spawns in, he'll target us. Lita, same thing. They'll target us first. So if we're not careful, they could be a 4 against 1 that they'll be all running after us. So we just need to kill them down quickly. Now the only issue is that Redmane Freya, she wields a great curved sword. So if she starts swinging that sword, she'll get extra poise, so she can poise through our attacks. I mean, her armor set does give her enough poise to kind of poise through some of it, and her shield is a shield bash, so it gives her a lot. It puts her into a blocking state, actually. But it gives her enough poise to poise through the waterfowl, and then the knock at the end will knock us away, no matter what. So I put Bull Goat armor on there because we could poise through some hits, but not all of them. So the name of the game is poise breaking as much as we can to cause them to flinch. I mean, they'll flinch. They're NPCs. They don't stagger like bosses do, but they will flinch eventually. Yeah, and then the next thread is going to be Moore, because Moore likes throwing rot pots. In fact, we were going to put on boluses. Yeah, he likes throwing hefty rot pots, so if you have 400 immunity, or over 400, you should be okay. But we have less than that, so he's going to one-pot rot, so it's going to suck. And it will do enough damage to kill us if we don't deal with it, so. And the other thing with Moore is that he has a great shield, he's got heavy armor, so he'll either block through attacks or poise through attacks, and his shield also has like a shield bash type thing. It doesn't do any damage, but it does send us flying. It will send us flying no matter what, so. Yeah, Dryleaf Dane is not too bad. Leda, once we fight Leda, all the others should be dead, so it should be like a 3v1 at that point. Hopefully, cross our fingers. So she shouldn't be that bad, but yeah, the only real threats are going to be Freya, Moore, just because they're heavy armor. But hopefully, if everything goes right, we can burst them down real quick to hopefully keep it on a 1v1 or 1v2 in our favor. So they are susceptible to poison. Only Dane is susceptible to rot. Everyone else is immune to rot. But I think they can still be poisoned. They can be frosted, they can be bled, they can be slept, they can be maddened, though they are pretty resistant, so that's kind of why I'm not really using our Sacred Bloody Flesh, because we're not really going to be doing proccing bleed anytime soon. And as NPCs, those buildups will degrade over time, so if you're not constantly applying it, it will degrade and you won't trigger it. So I don't plan on any status effect happening, at least against them. Against me, I expect to be rotted. I do expect to be rotted. Which is why I'm not quite sure if I want to keep this on or not. I wish I had Millicent's prosthesis, but I don't. So it's like two-handed only works when we swing the sword with our regular attacks. Jumping attacks ain't really gonna help. Guard counters ain't really gonna help. Maybe Dagger Talisman, but that's only if we backstab. Great Crest Shield, maybe. Stamina's pretty useful, I think. So we are going to burn through it with our waterfowl, so we'll do that. Alright. I think we're about ready. Alright. This might take more than one attempt. It really depends on how cooperative Leda and company is. Alright. I don't think the order you summon them in will determine when they summon. I think it's Onspok first and then Tholier, no matter what. Alrighty then. Time to pay the piper.
Don't you dare approach Miquella the Kind. Needle Knight's leader, Dryleaf Dane, and our allies will never allow this.
I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come. I could not hope for a warrior foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
Just there we go. Good. Yeah, doesn't do any damage, but does knock us back.
I am Ansbach of the Pure Blood Knights. I stand with blade aloft, blood of fire, for the dignity of my lord and master, Mold. You and I, fighting. Tragedy this is. Righteous tarnished.
Perfect.
It appears that our interests have aligned. Harm upon my soul it is that we do not meet today as enemies. Now, my blade. Watch closely.
Alright, we gotta separate them.
Serve Centrina evermore.
Alright, someone come help. We need to separate them. There we go. It'll work.
Kindly, Miquella,
Perfect.
make the world a gentler place.
I am Miquella. No, not Miquella. I think they can do it, can't they? Yeah. You got this. Come on, Spock, get him. There we go. Thank you, gentlemen. The let up fight. All right, I'm gonna say it. That actually went a lot better than I. It always happens. I always think I'm gonna sit here for a couple of tries, but no, I freaking one try. I'm like, God damn it! But yeah, I am Melania, Blade of Miquella. Yes, Waterfowl Dance, multi-hit talismans, bleed, you name it. That's how you kill NPCs. All right. More. You, sir, deserve a bow. His bell bearing, shield, and armor. One of the best armors in the game, one of the best great shields in the game. Although it is heavy as hell, so I don't know. Red Mane Freya. You deserve a bow. Because you're awesome. I like her. And we get her great sword and armor set. Probably my favorite armor piece in the game. Yep. Her great sword increases the effects of... I'm trying to remember. much like the weapons. Yeah. Training lineage sword enhances the power of Renbane battle skills. So it's like Lion's Claw, Savage Lion Claw. I think Fire of the Redmanes, Flame of the Redmanes. I think is another one, but I think it's just those three. Charlie Dane. I have a perfect one for you if I can find it. Get Dane's footwork. The other hand-to-hand. Yeah, I think this one's the better one in my opinion. Well, I don't know. It's more kicks than anything, so it definitely helps. Definitely the what's it called? Hold on. Cake-based martial arts is unique to Dane, a dryleaf, and sworn ally of Lita. He acquired the skills by training with the aid of a waterfall. Letting the water beat his body and throwing himself into its basin. Yep. Yeah, because since it's mostly kick attacks, where's it? The Shattered Stone Talisman will definitely improve it by a decent amount. Yeah, 'cause any moves that are labeled kicks or stomps will be enhanced by this. So, yeah. And Letta. Get her armor, which is like an alternate version of the Oath Seeker. You know what? I'll be nice. All right. Before we move on, let's actually start reading some of this stuff. Yeah, it's bell bearing. This will have Moore's items and Tholier's items as well, so they'll have both those shops in there. Yeah, Verdigris Great Shield, 49 strength, and the thing weighs 28 pounds, or 28 units. Yep. Great Shield made of unknown metal known as Verdigris. Boosts greater guard capability than damage negation, to the extent that the shield will continue to protect its target even if its bearer should die. Yep. Yeah, raise the shield with both hands and charge forward while maintaining a guard, ending a shove imbued with Verdigris magic. Knocks back nearby enemies but does not cause significant harm. Hold to extend the length of the charge. Yep. 82 guard boost unupgraded. Oh boy. Yep. Verdigris is said to be the gift of an outer god, possessed of an extraordinary heft yet subtle strength thanks to its rusted nature. Yep. Yeah. Redmane Freya. Yep. Golden Helm of Redmane Freya, member of General Rodon's most extinguished knights. A hideous scarlet wound was once hewed into the center of her face. Later, Miquella gently put his lips to it, and the unfading scar becomes the compass that Freya would thereafter follow. Yep. After witnessing Freya's valors as a gladiator in his youth, Rodon invited her to join the ranks of his most trusted warrior. Yep. She was a gladiator. Wow. You know, the guys with the little serpent helmets and all that stuff. Yep. Chest armor of Needle Knight Letta. Slightly strengthens attacks following dodge rolls or backsteps as well as dashing attacks. Dashing attacks meaning your sprint attacks. It's not by much. I would say it's like 5%, 4% maybe. But it shouldn't be much. Embroidered with a golden cross tree motif, the chalk white cloak and surcoat symbolize the honor of the Needle Knights. Kindly Miquella fashioned us as his needles, to quell all, to ward away all. Yep. kind of like the unaltered Oathseeker armor, because that's what she was wearing underneath, was like Oathseeker, and then she had the little coat on top. So, all right. Hello, Sir Ansbach.
Righteous tarnished. That was an astounding battle, to be sure. Now I suppose this leaves only one. But in truth, I cannot calm my quivering. Challenging a god is no small matter.
About Thulier.
I'm afraid I underestimated the lad. Appearing frail in both body and mind, I presumed he'd be like to stumble upon the field of battle. What a fool I was. He serves another master, but Setiolier performed magnificently. Perhaps he too quivers with anticipation, as do we.
Yes, I am quivering in my boots. And ask about Mohg's death. Sorry about that. It's the only way to get here.
Oh. Something you want to get off your chest? Well, you needn't worry. It was you, wasn't it? Who defeated Lord Mohg. Fear not. I bear no grudge against you. His Eminence was felled in an honorable duel. And such are the risks of seeking lordship. Besides, what right have I to complain? I blame the enchantment more than anything. Righteous tarnished, we will have our victory. I swear upon my blood.
We shall have our righteous victory, indeed.
Righteous tarnished, we will have our victory. I swear upon my blood.
Yep. All right. I guess that dialogue about Thulier is there because we progressed him to the end of his quest line, so he showed up for us. All right. Yeah, I think Thulier is nowhere on the map. I think he's no longer present on the map. I mean, he's still in the game. You can summon him for this fight if you want. That will be for next time. All right. Yeah, I'm going to save this fight for the next episode, for the final episode. Yep, and with that, we'll call it an episode. Yep. We finally climbed up the tower of Inner Ilim. Yep. Well, first we picked up the last of the painting rewards, the Spiral Tree Seal, I think it's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, you can only get it once you burn the ceiling tree, lifting the shadows, so you won't get it for a while. And then after that, we went to talk to the Horn-Sent Grandam, who I believe she did have more for us, but I'm not quite sure what the trigger was. If it was beating Mesmer or if it was lifting the shadow on the tower. I think it was lifting the shadow on the tower. I think we already talked to her after Mesmer. Where she gave us gourmet scorpion stew. Yeah, the better one. So, and then after that, we came back to Inner Ilim and we climbed it up. Yep. Fought through some Divine Bird Warriors, some Inquisitors, Manflies, picked up some Revered Spirit Ashes, Shadow Tree Blessings. Yep. And then we came upon the Divine Beast Warriors. Yep. Those guys are a pain in the butt, but luckily I did practice parrying. I mean, it may not have shown, but I did practice a little bit, so it could have been a lot worse, I'll say that. Because you can't backstab them for some reason, which is blech. But, yep, yeah, the first one, he likes to imbue lightning, so prepare lightning defense. And then after that, we climbed the Staircase of Doom. Yep, the staircase with the two shaman priests who like to call down a barrage of Spira on you. God, those things suck. And they do, I believe they do 100 poise damage. So if your armor doesn't have 101 poise, each one's going to stagger you, and they will rapid fire you into the ground. So definitely recommend Assassin's Gambit, just so you can kind of get close to him before he really starts casting, and you can just, backstab him or beat him down. At which point I would recast your Assassin's Gambit just to climb up the rest of the stairs. Run past the Inquisitor there, open the door. At that point, the other shaman should stop spiraling at you. But yep. And after that, we backtracked down towards the secret area. Yep. Did some ledge walking, hopping through windows, fighting a giant scorpion, spider scorpion, whatever you want to call it. Some more Inquisitors, another Divine Beast Warrior, although this time he didn't seem to want to imbue an element, so he might have just been a regular one. So he wasn't too bad. Continued all the way down until we found the Twin Blade Euphoria. Yep. Yeah, it is a very fun weapon, although we probably won't be using it because we're at the end of the playthrough, and, Radon. Yeah. It is a fun weapon to do, especially if you want to go New Game Plus. Yeah, you can destroy things with it. God, its weapon ash is powerful. Well, I think they did nerf it a little bit, so it's not quite as exaggerating overly powerful it is, but it's still pretty strong. Yeah. Then we backtracked back up to the tower, climbed up the next section, which had some grave birds, but luckily that I found out they're considered those that live in death. Take out their golden epitaph, ash of war, throw some holy pots, bam, done, dead. One shot, one kill. Some more Inquisitors, and the second Divine Beast Warrior, or third one, but the second one I'm climbing up. He has frost, so but luckily he played along. He didn't do his wombo combo infused with frost, so we got lucky. I'm pretty sure there's a way to kind of cheese him off the ledge, but I don't know how to do it. I've seen it done once or twice, but I don't know if there's a really good way to do it. But we took care of him, hopped down to another secret little side path, picked up some more stuff. I think we got the Horned Warrior Spirit Ash. Yeah, the one with the giant, the great curved sword. Yeah. I don't think it's as good as Ornus, but he's still pretty powerful. Then we got back on the path, continued up. Trying to remember where we were. Continued up. Some more Inquisitors. And then the last Divine Beast Warrior. Yep, Mr. Storm. Yep. Again, he didn't give us too much trouble. He could have, but luckily he didn't give us too much trouble. Yep. And then he's the one who drops the Horned Greatsword. So none of the other Horned Warriors would drop it. He's the only one, and you only get one. So we're just kind of dumb. But oh well. It's a really powerful weapon, so yeah. And then we backtracked from him down to another little side area where we found a Curse Blade in a confined space. That is always fun. Oh god, I hate that. But luckily we did it. Luckily we didn't die. I did try to parry, but I'm not really good at parrying them yet. Though need more practice. But we got him done, and he was guarding an ancient somber smithing stone. Yep. I think it's the last one in the game for us. Which leaves us with how many? 7. Nice. So they will carry over to new game cycle. So if you don't want to use them now, you can use them later if you want. So, but there is a finite amount. I think it's I want to say it's 16-ish. I'll double check, but there's a finite amount of them. Let's see. Yep. And then after that, came back. It did the Leda fight, or the Leda brawl, or the Leda melee, whichever one you want to use. I think everyone does Leda fight, but it's more of a brawl. Yep. It was a 4v3. Leda, or Redmane Freya, Moore, Dryleaf Dane, and Needle Knight Lita against us, Sir Ansbach, and Tholier. Yep. And we executed my plan pretty well. Well, they cooperated enough to execute it pretty well. I'll say that. It could have gone much worse, but yeah. Luckily we did our Waterfowl Dance, chunked most of their health in one full volley. So once they got back up, start swinging so they don't heal. So yeah, they can heal. Each of them have one Crimson Flask that'll restore, I think, 80% of their health. I don't know the actual percentage, but it restores a good chunk of it. So, but luckily we prevented them from doing that, so that's why the fight went faster than usual. Just focused on Freya till she's gone. Then we focused on Moore till he's gone. Then we focused on either Dane or Lita. Though we had a little trouble because we had to separate them, otherwise it would have been really bad. So we just run around until our allies kind of distracted one of them at least. And then we waterfowled and waterfowled some more. And then after that, we did some looting, did some talking, and we're here at the Divine Gate. Yep, and that was it. That's all we did. Finished up the last Legacy dungeon, and now we are ready for the final fights. Yep. And the next episode will be the end. Yep. We'll be fighting Consort Radon, and then we'll go back and take on Radagon and Elden Beast. Yep, and that'll be it. Oh man. It's almost over. Wow. After like 200 hours, it's almost over. Yep. Man, it's gonna be sad, but I enjoyed it, and that's what's important. As long as you enjoy, you're doing something right. Yep. But yeah, next episode, it's gonna be the finale. Yep. Still haven't quite decided on what ending I want to do, so I'll probably decide after we beat up Elden Beast, but who knows. Yep. But that'll be for another episode, and I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.